being alone in a grocery store, or any store of that matter. Recently, I've had the experience to travel into a couple stores, mainly by myself. Depending on who you're around, or who you have grown up by, how you've grown up, or maybe you just, like I said in the beginning, observed growing up. No one has really spoken about the responsibilities that you don't really think about until you actually are in the situation. Being aware of the products that you're getting, your surroundings, who are in your surroundings, the items, the price, the focus. As a consumer in a store, or like I said, not even a store, maybe you're in actually there's really just stores, school. Y'all know what I mean. And public places in general, but it's mainly stores, grocery stores of that matter, because it makes sense. If you know you're trying to maybe lose weight, or maybe you're trying to gain calories, maybe you're not doing it for no specific reasons, or maybe you have an allergic reaction. It's your responsibility as a consumer to look at that package and say, hey, these ingredients isn't something that's going to help me. Do not get swept into the variety. The variety of items from different brands is so much to choose from. From any item, you can get it from so many brands. And let me tell you, depending on the brand that you get, you ain't going to like it. Research, but even then, it takes you to taste it in order to know. Are you willing to pay that money that you'd get for this item that you have never tried in general? Or else are you more willing to not try anything new and pay for an item that you know? Now, I'm not saying trying anything new is bad. Sometimes you do have to try stuff. Do have to move from one thing to another. But really, when it comes to being in a store alone, that's kind of what you have to think about. And that's not even in a store alone. That's with everybody that's got a little money and they just shopping. But that is responsibility. Like the other day, I was in the store and I had an option. I could either get these really cool looking mushroom crisp snack things for like $8, or I could save my money and buy something else with it. Now, your girl, she likes to overthink, but it was a good reasoning for why I did that. You don't know if one item is going to taste as it should or taste as good as the price. And you don't know if it's going to. That's the risk you take with these items that comes in variety. One brand will have something you absolutely love, and the other brand is going to taste like absolute poo. Yes, poo. Yeah, it's going to taste like poo-poo. Crowds. And it's one thing to have social anxiety or social excitement, but it's another thing when you are literally trying to find out or understand where you're going, or just try to get to where you're going in general. And you know, if there is a large crowd or the place is crowded, there is going to be pushing past or walking past people and eye contact. The main thing, eye contact. You know why? Because I know multiple times where I've been trying to get to a certain aisle and I'm walking against the crowd. They're coming to me and I'm trying to look face forward. I see eyes on me, and that's just the human part of it. It's okay to stare. I mean, don't be giving nobody the stank eye, but I mean, you're going to land eyes and not looking to catch a case. That's just humanity. But it can also be kind of, what's the word, nerve-wracking. You're trying not to look or stare at anybody, but they're coming towards you, but you're also trying to get to your destination while also being alert to your surroundings. That's a lot. I know the saying, customers are always right. And we as consumers should be a little bit honest. We should be honest. And by that, I mean when we get to the cash register and we pay for our stuff. And I can give two scenarios of this. Say perhaps you have a broken bag of rice. And maybe somehow you accidentally dropped that rice onto the buggy and it ripped. Just a little. So you get to the register and you let them know. They offer to let that bag of rice go back, or maybe you go home with it after all, but you decide to bring it back. You bring back the rice that you ripped. That's not honest. The other scenario, let's say you get to the register, you pay for your stuff, and the cashier is ready and going there, counting out your coins, and when they give you your money back, you're looking at your money and you see that they given you something extra. Now, if it's pennies, okay. But in general, that person has a cash register and they're losing money. They could potentially get their job taken. And you know, at the end of the day, it's everybody's priority to make sure that they know what to do at the job, but it's also customer priority to make sure they're also being honest and fair, showing integrity. And I've seen my parents do this a lot, showing integrity in places where they didn't have to, but that's the kind of people my parents are, and I'm so blessed to have been raised like that. So any young folks in this, or anybody, show integrity, show and fairness everywhere, even kindness. Kindness goes a long way, a very, very long way. One last point before I is physical surroundings. Yes, I know I was talking about basic awareness in a store, but this is more serious. Physical surroundings. And ladies, you gonna get me with this. Maybe you'll relate to me with this. No, not saying that you males ain't gonna get it, but aware and alert of your surroundings. There are a lot of things no, I wouldn't even say things. Let's be real here. I know from personal experience, I've been in a store and I've been around some creepy slash unusual, not even unusual, it's just, you know, a person's presence is off when you're around them, and you can tell if somebody is staring at you or not, whether or not they are when you look around. That's just the thing, and like I said, that's human nature, but there's a point of being human and not naive. You have to be alert and aware of your surroundings, because there are a lot of creepy people, men and women, that have bad intentions. Maybe they won't do it in a public space, but that is why you don't ever take, ooh, hold on. Oops. My phone ringing. Sorry. Anywho, where was I? Ah yes, I looked back at the video. That's why you don't ever take from nobody. That's why you don't drink from nobody. That's why you don't eat from nobody. Especially somebody you just met. That's common safety, but somebody, maybe if you're younger, I'm talking to my kiddos out there, my little, sorry. But if you're younger, if you go near somebody's van, you curious, I know it's easy to get curious about the world, and it's easy to get curious about people. But if you go with them, there is a possibility that they can easily grab you and pop you in the car. I don't mean to scare you, but you will be scared in a situation like that. You will be scared in that situation. So if you truly want to stay away from that situation, it's better to get a little bit informed and scared now than it actually happening, and next thing you know is a whoop whoop Amber Alert. Because I see too many of that on billboards where I stay here. Too many. Too darn many. My last point, I promise, is where the possible escapes are. Okay? I'm not just talking about the front door. The front door could be blocked or something. I don't know. Scenario time. Robbers. Maybe a SWAT team coming in. I don't know. Anything can happen. And you're blocked inside. Maybe there's maybe there is a very, very bad earthquake going on and everybody gotta get out because the building is collapsing. You're in the middle of the store. Where do you go? Because the front door is... there is no front door. So where do you go? Oh, the back door. There is no back door. Guess what? You would know that if you knew your surroundings. Now I can see if you're in a new store that you never went into, but the likelihood of an earthquake striking, depending where you are, and the building collapsing is low. But knowing the escape routes, it could come in handy. And knowing where to find them is also very handy. I know for a fact that at Walmart, they have it posted on walls. The pillars, like different pillars around the building, and that's actually pretty cool. You gotta be careful because some leads to stairs, depending on the building, of course. But yeah, just be aware of the escape routes. It'll come in handy. I had to say it. Anywho, That's the listen up, my people. Listen up, my folks. Listen up, my homies. Yeah, my homies.